Every year, millions of people worldwide spend billions of dollars on music, theater, sports, and other live entertainment. From metal to monster trucks, rap to wrestling, kids to country, Pushing Cases is dedicated to all of the people on past, present, and future road crews that make sure the show always goes on. Check it! On this episode, we're pushing cases with
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Pushing Cases. I'm your host, Josh Martin. Today, man, we got a great one. My man, Rocky Ross, is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up.
Yeah. What's up?
Man, it's great to see you.
Yeah, man, it's been forever.
It's been way too long. It's good.
Yeah.
I've been, thankfully, say it all the time, socials is good and bad, but at least I was able to keep up with you all this time.
Right. Yeah. That is cool about social media.
Yeah. Well, for everybody out there, real quick, I met Rocky on the road when I was doing Bob the Builder back in 2003. Pardon me. I think I mentioned it before. I came in right at the end of the tour of the last 4 months, and Rocky had already been on the tour before I got on there. He was a seasoned vet by the time I showed up. So I'll stop talking and I'll just let Rocky get right into it. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, awesome. My name's Rocky Ross, DJ Rocky Ross. So yeah, I grew up a break dancer on these tours, a dancer and choreographer, and also juggled the art of DJing and turntablism, and throwing events and stuff like that all throughout this entertainment business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I met you, like I said, on Bob the Builder, and you were already out there. When did you start on Bob the Builder?
You have a great memory, and I don't. But you said what was the year that you came on?
I got on in August of 2003. 2003.
So I started in 2002 then, because I did one full tour with them, and then we started our second leg, and you came on that second leg.
Okay. And were you all in? Was that in the States, or did you start
overseas? We did America first, and then I believe, I can't remember if it was that first or second leg, but I know we also did Canada and Mexico.
Okay. So, and before that, I know that it had been in the UK and
yeah, it had been all over, and I didn't I wasn't involved for the UK tour and whatnot, but
gotcha. Yeah. All right. And when on the tour, you were driving Rolly, right?
I was driving Muck the truck.
Muck
the truck. I think I did have a couple shows where I drove Rolly too, but yeah, I was Muck.
Okay.
Yeah, and then and that was the first leg, so that was the first tour, and then the tour was so big it had little electives. So I don't know if you remember, but there was individuals teaching like yoga classes and just a little fun electives, because we were touring with a small town basically of people, a lot of people on that tour.
Yeah.
And I was teaching breakdance lessons, so dance and breakdance lessons. And then the second leg, that's when I got flown out to I think it was Dallas, Texas, and the Hit Entertainment headquarters, and they held auditions for the head dance positions. And that's when I got the gig for Spud the Scarecrow.
That's right. Listen, I'm a moron. I'm getting it all.
Oh, you were right. I started off with the
Muck,
and then the second one I did the Spud the Scarecrow.
There it is. It's Spud the Scarecrow. That's right. Yeah.
Pop lock in with the big 55 pound head.
Talk about
electronic lips and mouths. It was crazy, man.
And how did you get into that? You said you started out breakdancing. How did you get how did you start as driving Muck on Bob the Builder to begin with?
Yeah, so I wanted to audition for the dance position for the tour. Okay. The dance positions were already filled because I missed that audition. So I got my foot in the door on the tour, just driving the vehicle, And then I was lucky enough to have the opportunity for the second tour, to audition for the dance position, and I got it. It was awesome. So much fun. Yeah.
See, you're touching on a theme that we've already established in our short time here, and that is putting yourself in a position.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you wanted to do another part, but you know, you saw the opportunity to put yourself in the position uh, to seize that opportunity that came along. I love that.
Yeah.
Right?
I was very fortunate there, but yeah, it all worked out.
Some people call that luck. Right?
Yeah.
I prefer seizing the opportunity. Right? I love
Yeah.
that. So we finished the tour on Bob the Builder, and it ended sooner than everybody expected.
Mhm.
It ended there at Christmas break. Everybody went home and stayed home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what did you do after that tour?
I immediately moved to Hollywood, California. I came back to my hometown, Colorado Springs, and I, uh, I guess I was there 2 or 3 months. So I was preparing. I was trying to save up some extra money, although I did a pretty good job of saving from the tour. But I wanted a little extra cushion to pursue my dreams of moving to a larger city. And so yeah, I picked the entertainment capital of the world, Hollywood, California. And yeah, I got my 1965 Chevy all loaded up and drove myself out to Hollywood, California, and yeah, just started immediately knocking on doors and trying to slip in any crack I could see. I really lucked out there because I met Pauly Shore like the third night I was there. I was DJing a house party, my roommate's house party. And it was like in the heart of Hollywood. So like Bobby Lee came through, and Pauly Shore, and some other celebs and whatnot, some B-list celebs. And I was just trying to show off as much as I possibly could. I was trying to scratch and just really try to wow them. And it worked on Pauly's goofy ass. So he came up and he's like, wow, show me this, show me that. And long story short, he gave me a gig at the world famous comedy store on Sunset Strip.
His
So
store.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was the resident DJ there every single week. I was DJing for I got to DJ for Jim Carrey and the Wayans brothers and all kinds of celebrities that rolled through there.
No way.
Yeah. And that really helped because that opened the door for other gigs. So then I started DJing at like top nightclubs, and I was a promoter before I started touring with Bob the Builder and these other things. So so I was still wanting to throw shows. So I got in the door in these clubs as a DJ, all while I was still DJing the Comedy Store. And then that led to me DJing other venues like the Laugh Factory and the Improv, and then mansion parties up in the Hollywood Hills and nightclubs. And then I started my event company and started throwing my own parties out there, and became a Hollywood club promoter, as well as continued to pursue everything else I did. I got deeply involved in dance and booked a pretty big television show, CTV. It was called The Drop, and I was a head dancer and choreographer on that show for 3.5 years. And yeah, I don't know if I'm talking too much here.
You're not. No, go on. I'm taking. No, please. This is what we want.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, awesome. But yeah. So booked that television show, and then really got serious about the trying to become Hollywood's top nightclub promoter type of deal there. And so I got to the point where I was promoting and throwing shows. I was anywhere from like 12, 13 events a week. So sometimes on a Friday I'd be running my party at 3 different nightclubs on, for example, a Friday, and like 2 different nightclubs on a Thursday, etc. So yeah, anywhere from like 12, 13 gigs or parties a week. But yeah, I was always juggling the dance company and the DJ company. So I was, still DJing, still dancing. I got the opportunity to choreograph for Jennifer Lopez, Justin Timberlake, E40, bunch of famous Persian artists and whatnot that I still gave me the opportunity to travel. So I was still living in Hollywood. So I do these short tours and ended up booking a tour called Street Sweepers. And that was like jazz, funk, pop locking, and did the West Coast tour, and then did an East Coast tour with them, and then came back. And yeah, I just stayed busy with that. MTV Music Video Awards I did every year. And then I booked, what was the next tour? Jake Berry called me up and he was like, hey man, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but we need some help on this tour. I don't know if you heard about it. It's Walking with Dinosaurs World Tour. You interested in doing this? And I was like, yeah. Is there dancing involved or DJing? No, there's not dancing or DJing, but you'll be able to drive these, you know, $1-2 million dinosaurs on stage and see different parts of the world. So he's like, but if you want the gig, it starts next week. So he really like, you know, oh man, I was like, what? And I was like rocking and rolling in Hollywood. You know, I had all my businesses going. I had an office in Beverly Hills and had all these things going. And I was like, man, but should I pass this up? The money was nice. And so I ended up, all right, let's do it. And I hired some, you know, managers for my current situations out there to help manage the event and nightclub business and the dance and DJ business and whatnot. And that was really difficult, but I took the gig and I did a year tour with Walking with Dinosaurs. And it was awesome because I got to tour with my brother again, Casey.
Yes.
So that was
have Casey on. Tell us what were you doing? What did you wind up doing on Walking with Dinosaurs?
I was doing load in, load out. I was helping build the dinosaurs during load in and doing the bolt checks all throughout the stay at each arena. And yeah, I drove the dinosaurs on stage. So did you get to see that tour or that show?
I did. Yes, I did. I think, yeah, I don't remember why why I didn't see you. I saw Casey on he actually invited me out.
I did 1 year and I tapped out. I was like, that's enough.
Okay, maybe he was still on there, but so you drove a dinosaur on the stage. Tell me about that. What is that?
I started off driving baby Brachiosaurus. So it was, I believe it was 2.5 stories tall. And then there was Mama Brach, and I believe that was either 4.5 or 5 stories tall. These dinosaurs, life-size dinosaurs, robots, and their skins were made of fabric and vinyls, and it looked so real. Well, you said
yes, it did.
I mean,
now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, which characters you're. Okay, so it's on a car or what?
Yeah. But I mean, basically, it's a electronic, you know, ran by batteries vehicle of some sort. It was it looked like it was almost shaped like a little dragster, you know, with the T end and a long front.
Okay.
But it was covered in this gray fabric that matched and blended it in with the stage perfectly. So the same type of texture, same type of tone, and then as you're driving across the stage, you blend in with the stage, and then you got this dinosaur. So you're in between the dinosaur's legs, but you're on the ground. But your machinery, your cabin or vehicle that you're driving is facade. It's camouflage, so they can't really tell. You know, they're focusing on the big dark dinosaur and the brown and golden skins that had and whatnot. But yeah, it worked out well. And yeah, we did nothing but arenas and gosh, those things were high maintenance though, because can you imagine it's a robot inside and it has hydraulics everywhere, you know. So and there's so many to-dos every single morning. You got to do bolt check, and you know that they had marked off where the bolt should be, and if that bolt is not where it should be, major things could go wrong. So before and during shows, in between shows, you had to do bolt checks, which sucked. You got to climb up in these dinosaurs and get in the nits and crannies of everything with, you know, with your wrenches and tighten bolts up between every single show. Lots of fun.
Wow.
Yeah. So and I was like, man, I'm a professional breakdancer. I'm a professional DJ. What am I doing on this tour for so long? Although I got to see you know, different parts of the world. It was great, and I had a lot of fun with my brother. But yeah, a year was like definitely long enough for me. I was so excited to roll on and pursue the other things that I thought I was meant for, and maybe was meant for at that time. So, but I had fun while I lasted.
I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can totally relate to that. I did the same kind of thing on Barney. After
Yeah.
after 3 years, I kind of felt like I'd
Years.
gotten everything that I needed out of that, and was ready to apply it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just okay, I did that, got the T-shirt, gonna do something else. It's like now I know how all these things go together. And
Yeah.
some of the guys that you worked with, I'm sure on Walking with Dinosaurs, definitely Jake Berry,
Hmm.
right, the guru. Uh,
Yeah.
so and I got to learn from the best. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely relate with that idea.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of good times on the road for sure.
Right
But
on. And you got to tour with your brother again. I hope we get Casey on here and talk about that some.
yeah.
I want to talk about after at some time. I noticed you were in Asia at some
Yeah, yeah.
for a
So I
bit.
moved back to Hollywood after that last tour,
Okay.
and I did small tours when I moved back. So I did Harlem Globetrotters, toured with them for a while as a break dancer doing their halftime shows.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I toured with like Ferrari and Lamborghini. They did these big Fast and Furious type of tours around America. They did other places as well, but I toured with them around America. And yeah, I was an entertainer. I did DJing and breakdancing, choreography, hip hop shows and stuff for them, as well as a bunch of Persian artists. I was in and out of Vegas, working with a lot of different celebrity Persian artists or whatever, and did small little tours with them. And then still juggling everything in Hollywood, just being a madman, crazy. I everyone's like, you need to focus on one thing. I'm like, I can't. My brain won't allow me to. So I always juggle all these things, right? So got into started on jewelry company and clothing lines and started doing restorations and all while all this stuff. And then I get hit up by a dance choreographer in Vegas that I worked these shows at Planet Hollywood with every year. And he said, hey, I got an amazing opportunity that for this tour out in Asia. They're looking for a turntablist, someone that could do all the tricks, scratch underneath the legs, behind the back, with your mouth, everything, and I could do all that. So I was like, and I was a little rusty because I hadn't done tricks like that. I hadn't needed to do tricks like that in a long time, but it's like, they need someone now. Can you send me a video tonight to submit a video of you doing all these tricks? And I was like, okay. I mean, my turntables were collecting dust in the corner and it wasn't even plugged in. Okay, yeah. So I got my roommate to film me, and I put together a quick set, and we took like 25 takes of it. But anyway, I finally was happy enough with one of them. Like, oh, I'm happy with this one. So we sent a couple different videos to them, and long story short, I got the gig. And they flew me out to Vegas for rehearsals, and then flew me to Shanghai, China, and for more rehearsals. And we were out there for rehearsing for 4 or 5 days, and boom, the tour started. So it was an awesome tour. And
When was this?
this was 10 years ago, 9 years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So anyway, 10 years ago. So I rolled out there, and it was awesome. I've never been to Asia. I didn't really even have the desire to go to Asia ever in my life, but once I got there, I was like, this is awesome. I freaking loved it, man. It was so much fun, so much opportunity, and it's the wild, wild west out there, man. So we started in Shanghai, China, and then we started touring all over. I also got the opportunity to do tours in Japan and tour through the Philippines and Thailand, and hit all kinds of spots out there, Bali and Macau, and a bunch of spots out there. But I had a blast. Did Russia as well, some shows in Russia with different tours. So I'm going through. I don't think you want to me to bore you with all these other tours I did, but I did like 58 different tours out there. So I was always planes, trains, and automobiles. So I was touring constantly for another brand or this, that. And I started doing my own tours. Then I got linked up with the festivals and I started opening up and DJing next to, you know, some of the biggest DJs in the world, and just had a blast. And then I booked a television show. It was the #1 most watched television show in Asia, not just China, in Asia. And it was the Ballinho show with Wang Jin. And I was the announcer slash turntablist DJ, and I also did spotlight breakdance performances on stage for that television show. So there was like, you know, I was on like big billboards and buses and bus stop posters and stuff with Wang Jin, and I was his DJ and host, kind of like a Ellen DeGeneres. They have their DJ and host, and he also dances. They wanted to kind of it's China. They want to try to copy that too, so they did.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it got me as well. It got me in the door, all kinds of big gigs. You know, toured and worked with, you know, Rolls Royce and all these luxurious brands and jewelry brands and liquor brands, and then some of the largest nightclubs in the world are sprinkled throughout Asia. So I got to not only DJ in those places, but I became a resident DJ in a lot of these large, massive nightclubs, and got to, these festivals were insane. The biggest one, it was like 150 something thousand people. Like that energy was just insane. Just took over the body, gave you chills, and it was the best feeling I've ever had in my life. That was all real epic. And we did like 300 and some odd shows for that television show. It's like, and I would always, you know, announce it every day. Okay, here we go. Please welcome your host, Wang Zhan. I'm still not saying it correctly, as they're not saying my name correctly every time they say DJ Rookie. It's Rocky. Rookie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lots of fun, man. And then so that was all great. We did that for 7 years out there, 7 years in Asia. And then we got pregnant. Got my girlfriend pregnant, and then we were like, what are we gonna do? We're out here.
Girlfriend in Asia.
Yeah, I met her on tour. She was a singer dancer, and we ended up doing lots of tours together, lots of fun tours together, and yeah, ended up we had a surprise of, wow, okay, we're pregnant now. What are we gonna do?
Right.
Because in our opinion, we thought where we were currently living, Shanghai, China, one of the largest cities in the world, filthy, but loads of opportunities, great for entertainers like us, right? But we thought it was really would be a bad decision if we decided to have the baby there, one, and raise the baby there too. So we're like, where else? Because we do have connections in other areas, and we're established in Asia now. So where else can we move that has a good it's a good healthy environment to raise a child? So we were like, Thailand. So we went out to Thailand on vacation, just kind of scattered out, and started thinking, all right, are we going to move to Thailand? Are we going to do this? And then I was trying to buy this big 4-story nightclub on the beach in Koh Samui, Thailand. And I tried to go through that avenue. I'm like, okay, I'm going to switch things up, and I'm going to buy a nightclub and be a nightclub owner and throw parties and da-da-da. And long story short, that didn't end up working. So, you can't fly after a certain amount of months when a female is pregnant. So we're like, well, we got to make our mind up now, because time is ticking and you're pregnant. We're either going to be stuck in Shanghai or Thailand, or we got to figure this out. So she's like, why don't we just move back to your hometown, Colorado Springs? And I like laughed out loud. I'm like, babe, you realize Colorado Springs, like if we move there, our careers are over. No more shows, no more we're going to have to get 9 to 5s, I don't want to do that. Do you? She's like, well, she's toured more than me. She's traveled all over the world. She's done all kinds of stuff. She's a singer dancer. She's done Oklahoma and all kinds of stuff. She's a very talented gal, but she was kind of over it. She's like, I've already traveled all over. You have too. Maybe it's time to just settle down and, raise our kiddo and start a family or whatever. So it was like a big pill to swallow. Your life is, you know, you're selfishly thinking of all the opportunities and things you could still do, but you have this beautiful baby on the way. Decisions. So long story short on that, she helped talk me into that, and she was like, you know what, what's a couple years out of our life, we could go there and have the baby, and if we decide to move to a larger city, we could always move back to New York or LA or another country and city, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's do that. So we did. So moved back to Colorado Springs, and she moved back first. I had to finish some tours that I was doing at the time, so she moved back like 3 months earlier than I did. I finished up with my stuff out there, and I still have a storage unit full of stuff out there. Well, it's stored at my old assistant. She had my because I was a tattoo artist out there as well, and still tattooing and stuff. So I had all my tattoo gear out there, all my DJ gear and event stuff. It's still out there. So I got to go back hopefully this year or this coming year and do some shows out there and start bringing some of my stuff back to America.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're here in Springs, rocking and rolling. I'm still DJing, and I stayed real busy DJing out here. Yeah, for the last like 3 or so years, I was DJing, 5-6 nights a week out here. So still rocking and rolling. I work in a tattoo shop because I've been tattooing on and off through all this stuff. I've been tattooing on and off. You remember I used to tattoo on the tour that you were on. I was like the tour tattoo artist, tattooing illegally out of our hotel rooms. Just terrible. But lots of fun.
I don't know nothing about that.
Or anything. Yeah, that was just a.
That's what I heard. I think that was before my time.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, tattooing out here, DJing. I relaunched my event company. So I got Rocky Ross Events and Double R Productions. This month I'm getting ready to relaunch out here in Springs, at least, Creative Union, which I launched in Shanghai years ago. And then bit by bit, I'll be launching new event brands out here as the seasons come. But yeah, just throwing events every week, DJing, tattooing, and I do miss the tour life. But now I got not one, but 2 beautiful daughters.
Congratulations.
Yeah, one just turned 5 December 6th, so the other day, and the other one turned 3 on October 1st the other day. So I'm loving life with these girls. And I'm outnumbered, but
yeah, you are.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters. So
3 daughters.
3 daughters.
Wow, awesome, man.
Yeah.
What are the ages of yours?
Say again.
What are the ages of your daughters?
Oh, I have one is almost 15 on the 22nd of this month, and I have 12-year-old twins.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. That's a lot of work, but that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's great, man.
Oh, man. Rocky, it is so good to see you.
So good to see you too, man. You got to come visit out in old Colorado Springs.
Listen, I want you to know that the family's around there regular at least every other year. So this
awesome.
Next time we make it there, up there in Buny.
Buena Vista?
Buny, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
Around there, the Mount Princeton area.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
We'll definitely connect next time.
Sweet, man. Well, you always have a place to stay.
I appreciate that. Same to you. You ever get out to Dallas, Fort Worth? I got you.
Sweet.
Man, Rocky, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, Rocky Ross, pushing cases.
Pushing cases. I love it.
Thanks, my man. Yo, take care of yourself. Be good to each other.
Yeah, will do. You too, buddy.
See you next time. All right.